It's a grow your flow, just sliding in before the season. Just, so no weights, no shoes, just you and your mat and a towel maybe in case you want to wipe up some extra sweat or anything like that. If you are standing up, come down on the ground for me, please. And let us start. Pick something like flexibility, stretching, or even yoga. This is a yoga-inspired stretch flow from one posture to the other. All right. So let us begin today in child pose. So find yourself somewhere on your mat, comfortable, knees spread apart, big toes touching. Push your butt back to your heels. Stretch your hands forward. And maybe you can put your forehead on the ground. And I want you to think about your breath, nice and steady. Every time you inhale, I want you to spread your chest. Every time you exhale, I want you to sink that chest down to the ground. Lengthen the body. So a couple of times at your own pace, that breath. Keep reaching those fingers forward. Maybe inch them forward if you can, so you're stretching out the side body. All right, now this time I want you to suck your belly in and exhale. So pull it in and exhale. Beautiful. Let's take it over to the right. So we're stretching out the left side body. Just walk your hands over. And if you can, place the forehead back on the ground, that's okay. If you can't, just let it hover. So nice side stretch, particularly on the left. And back to center. This time I want you to kind of keep your head up, chin up, and walk your hands. Kind of alternate which hand you're going to reach a little bit further with. Look at them. Notice how I'm kind of like using my fingers to kind of inch forward, left and right. Good. Now kind of settle in, both hands kind of in alignment, head up, chin up. Deep breath in. And exhale, 2 more times like that. Deep breath in, head up, chin up. Exhale, 1 more time, deep breath in. And exhale, take your hands to the left. Again, if you can get your forehead to the ground, that's okay. If you can't, let it hover. I want you to walk your hands over as much to the left as you can, so you are stretching out that right side body, nice and steady. Remember, just at your pace. Good. Excellent. Come back to center and then come to all fours. Keeping your knees on the ground, let's do a cat-cow. I want you to kind of rock your hips forward and back as you do your cat-cow. And every time you rock back, I'd like you to make it just a little bit bigger, like you're almost pushing back into child pose. Beautiful. Keep going, rocking. And make it so that you're almost coming all the way into child pose and pushing all the way forward into a variation of cobra or up dog, keeping the knees on the ground. So we're slowly making that movement as big as possible, driving those hips all the way back to the heels, and then driving those hips all the way forward. Maybe they can touch the ground, maybe they're pushing forward. Remember, within your own pace, forward and back. And then wherever you're at, meet me in child pose. You want the toes to touch, the knees to be apart. You want that butt to come back to the heel, hand out here for a second. Deep breath in. Exhale, come to all fours. Beautiful job. Now stack the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Good, we're gonna take that right hand, reach it all the way through. Bring that right shoulder to the ground, maybe the right cheek to the ground, and then we're gonna open, lift that right hand all the way to the ceiling. At your own pace between those two movements, reach through, come low, open and twist, Lift the right hand high. Now turn your head, look at that hand as you do it. Let's do it one more time. Reach through, come low, and then reach up. Good. Come to all fours. All right, find yourself. We're gonna rock forward and back. Nice and easy. Make it as big or as little as you need. Just kind of saying, hey spine. Hello spine, how are you? Good. Find yourself on all fours for me, please. Stack your shoulders above your wrists. You notice as I do that, I kind of move my knees forward slightly, so I stack. Now we're gonna do the other side. We're reaching through with the left hand. We're gonna bring that left shoulder to the ground, maybe the left cheek to the ground, and then we're gonna push and open. Lift that left hand up, so twist. Turn the head and look. Good, reach through. Up and open. Twist. One more time, reach through. Oh, up and open. Good job, come back to all fours. Excellent. All right, let's kind of talk to the legs. We're taking the right leg straight back into a calf stretch. Nice and steady. If you feel like you need to kind of rock it out, you can. We're going to take that right leg all the way to the right side. Place the foot flat on the ground. Make sure the toes are pointing straight ahead, and then push the butt as far back as you can. And now we're going to rock forward and back in this position. At your own pace, kind of waking up those hips, those legs. Nice job. Now, come to a 3-point stand. So both your hands are here, that leg is out to the side. You're gonna walk your hands to the left side, and then you're gonna give me that nice big side stretch. So you wanna keep your hips lifted. Wanna reach that right hand up over the right ear. Good. And now I want you to come back to that 3-legged stance. We're gonna take that right leg all the way forward, half runner's lunge. Look at how I'm adjusting that knee. I'm pushing that left knee back to give me some room. Making this space. Good, let's stay here. Nice deep breath. Kind of let the hips sink down and forward as much as you're able. Good, let's take that left elbow down maybe. Hang out here for a second. And then if you can, the right elbow down. All right, head up, chin up if you can. And we're gonna let that right knee fall open. So we're like in lizard. That'll give you a little bit more room. Notice how I've gone to the outside of the right leg. And then just nice deep breaths here. All right, one more deep breath in and then exhale, and let's come back up to our hands. Keep the knee falling open. Good. Pull the knee back in. Excellent job. Let's bring that right knee right under the right hip, so we're back to all fours. Rock forward and back, your own pace. Child pose into this variation of cobra, up dog. Keeping your knees on the ground, we're gonna rock back and forth 3 times. So let's do that one more time. Push back into child pose. Drive forward into up dog or cobra. Good, and find yourself into all fours. Okay, adjust as you need. Left leg, straight back into a calf stretch. Really flexing, making sure those left toes are gripping the mat. You can rock forward and back here if you would like, if it's more comfortable. All right, we're going to take that left leg to the left side. Place the left foot flat on the ground. Now we're gonna rock forward and back as big as we can make it. Drop those hips back and then drive forward. Forward and back as big as you can. Your own range of motion here. right, wherever you're at, find yourself into that 3-leg position. So it's instead of on all 4s, you're on all 3s, and you're gonna take that left leg all the way forward. So you're now in half runner's lunge. Half runners because that back knee is on the ground. Hang out in half runners for a while. Let the hips adjust. You're letting them fall down and forward. All right, if you can, come down onto that right elbow. Take your time here. Maybe this is where you're at. Maybe you can join with the left elbow. Keep that knee pulled in for now. I know it's tight in that hip. Deep breath in and exhale, let that knee fall open. Notice how I've gone to the outside of my left foot. Nice deep breaths here, take your time. Think about lengthening the spine and letting that knee fall open. All right, let's come back up onto our hands if you're not there already. Keep the knee falling open. Good, bring it back in. And let's go to all 4s. Beautiful. Rock forward and back. Child pose into up dog or cobra. Rolling through. Your pace, give me a few of them. Let's do this last one together. Push back into child pose. Hold it in child pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, come into that up dog or cobra. We're gonna stay here for a little while now. So make sure there's some room to have your chest in front of the biceps. Arms as straight as possible. Pushing those hips down and forward. Now lift the chin. Nod yes. One more nod, as big as you can. Excellent job. Come to neutral. Nod no. Life is all about balance. Sometimes we say yes, sometimes we ought to say no. Good. Take that as big as you can to the right, as big as you can to the left. And then come back to center. Excellent. Good. Now tuck your back toes and lift your knees off the ground so you come into plank. All right, a variation. So we're going from plank to down dog. So drive through the heels, butt up, head down, legs and arms as straight as possible, and then come into plank. Now your own pace. Remember, plank is nice and strong, so don't drop your hips too low. Down dog, into plank. Good. One more time, down dog into plank. All right, now if you are in plank, where I wanted you to be, I want you to push back into your down dog, and I would like you to walk the dog. So you're going to push one heel down to the ground and bend the other knee. Hold it there. Now switch it up. Put the other heel down to the ground and bend the knee. So right knee bent, left leg straight. Let's alternate. Right knee straight, left leg bent. Good. Now at your own pace, alternate at a pace that feels good for you. Think about lengthening that back while you are alternating your legs. Good. All right, both heels push down to the ground. Walk your feet to your hands in as many or as little steps as you would like. And come into a forward fold. Now for this first forward fold, I'd like you to bend your knees. So you're in like a ragdoll forward fold. Nod your head yes. Nod your head no. Good job. Now fingertips to the ground, flatten the back. So we're doing tabletop. Straighten those legs. Excellent. Look up, look forward. Come back into ragdoll. Bend the knees, let the head hang, let the palms face up. Not the head yes, not the head no. Back into tabletop. So fingertips, flatten the back, straighten the legs, head forward, look forward. Suck the belly in. One more time, ragdoll. Bend the knees, let the head hang, nod yes, nod no. Tabletop. Fingertips to the ground, straighten the legs, straighten the arms, flatten the back as much as you can. Look forward now. Let's hold it here in tabletop, looking forward. Good. Nice strong pose, stretching out the back of the legs as much as you can. Flattening that back, eyes forward, hold it. I know this isn't the most comfortable position. Excellent job. All right, let's bend our right knee, place our right hand flat on the ground, and let's open up. Lift that left hand to the ceiling, turn your head. Good, hold it here, 3 breaths. Big inhale, exhale. Spread those fingers of the left hand. Straighten that left leg. Big inhale, exhale. One more time, big inhale, exhale, and come back to ragdoll. Beautiful. Tabletop, fingertips to the ground, flatten the back, straighten the legs as much as you can. Head forward, chin up, hold it there. 3 breaths, suck the belly in. So we're pulling the belly button up in so we can flatten that back. Like a table, like a side table. The best side table. Excellent. All right, bend the left knee. Place the left hand flat on the ground. Let's open up to the right. Take that right hand to the ceiling. Turn your head and look at those right fingers, maybe the right thumb. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Think about long, stretching, twisting. Exhale one more time. Big inhale. And on this exhale, return to ragdoll. Bend both knees. Palms up. Good. And now let's roll it all the way up into standing. Good. Oof, I got some sweat going on already. Big inhale. And exhale. 2 more, just like that. Big inhale. Now lift the chest. So really arch, reach. Look at the ceiling. And exhale. One more time. Big inhale and exhale. Good job. All right, let's roll those shoulders up and back. Now try and include some spine in there. Some hip and pelvis in there. Beautiful. Stand nice and tall. Mountain. So, legs are hip width. Want the weight in both your legs. You want the pelvis in a posterior pelvic tilt. You want the chest lifted, ribs away from the hips. Pull the shoulder blades together, spin your palms open, lengthen the front neck. Good. Big inhale, prayer arms above. Look at those hands as they touch. Come down through the center of the body. Standing tall. Prayer arms. Open up into mountain. 2 more times like that. Big inhale. Look at the hands. Prayer arms down through the center. Open those hands into mountain. 1 more time. Big inhale. Prayer arms, look at them. Come down to center. Open up into mountain. Excellent job. All right, now let's start shifting our weight. So maybe you want your hands on your hips. Maybe you want your hands wherever you need to help with your balance. All right? But we're going to start shifting the weight to the right leg. And then I want you to lift that left leg out to the side. All right. Not too high, not too low. Okay? Now I want you to lift the right toes off the ground. Put the right toes back down on the ground. 2 more times. Yes, hard to balance. Lift all the toes. Big toe all the way to pinky. Keep your balance. And then put those toes down. 1 more time. Good. Lift all those toes. Balance. Put all those toes down. Now grip the ground with your toes. And let's start with a tree pose. A nice low tree pose. Let's open up that hip. Find your balance. Good. Shake out the leg. Try not to put it down. Let's take it a little bit higher. Tree pose. So remember with tree pose, we want that knee to be as open as possible, but we want to square the body. Yeah? As open as possible. Good. Shake that leg out. Maybe you're going to assist. Grab your foot, your shin, your ankle, and come a little bit higher. Maybe the toes just above the knee. Find your balance. Pull that knee open. Can you come a little higher? Maybe you can shift up a little bit. Now what's important when you're in this pose, this leg, the standing leg, okay, not perfectly straight. Keep a little bend in the knee to help with balance. But the key is to have that leg pushing towards the left. And you have the left foot pushing towards the right. A push and pull, right? You know, they're pushing against each other. Now squeeze your glutes, prayer arms, find your balance. Good, reach up above the head. Push that left knee out to the side. Excellent job. Return the hands to the hips or to the side of the body or wherever feels good for you and release that left leg. Switching the weight. Switching the weight. Find your balance. Use your hands. Not too high, not too low. It's just to make sure that we're kind of trying to center ourselves. Now we're going to lift all the toes and put them down of that left leg. Lift all the toes. Much harder to balance when the toes are off the ground. Good. We're just kind of engaging the mind and the body. Yeah, one more time. Lift all the toes. Now when you put the toes down, grip the ground. Our tree. So let's start nice and low. Maybe the toes just above the ankle. And I want you to have that right knee taking as far back and as far to the right as you can. Square the hips. Good, shake it out. Maybe a little higher. Now the heel just below the knee. Push that hip, squeeze the glutes maybe. That'll help you square the hips and push the hips forward as that knee comes out. So hips forward, knee back. Yeah, this yin and yang. Good, now shake it out. Maybe those toes just above the knee. Maybe you need to assist with your hand. Yeah? Set it up. Do you see how my knee is a little bit forward? And then once I kind of get into the pose, I kind of push that knee back, squeezing the glutes. Maybe a little higher. Can you inch it up? All right. Now remember, balance. So we don't want this leg to be perfectly straight, like me, a cross, if I can't use any better word, of a bend in the knee. You want to take that left leg and you want to push it to the right, and you want to take that right foot and you want to push it to the left. So there's this like tension within the body, but not crazy. If you lose your balance, it's okay, don't worry, just come back in. Let that knee fall open, prayer arms, reach it all the way up. Good. Good, I love it, I love it. Excellent. Good, and let's return it. Take your time. Release that foot. Let's swing it out to the side again, balance. Hold it there. Grip the ground with your right toes, like you, mine. Good. All right, now we're not going to put this left leg down, but we're going to kind of bring it in. And let's tilt forward, so we're coming into Warrior 3. Take your time. You want the leg to be as straight as possible. You want the hips to be as square as possible. Your hands can be on the hips, prayer position, reaching out to the side or reaching forward, up to you. Hold it, breathe, balance. All right, let's release it. Slowly come back to standing. Don't put the foot down yet. Switch it out to the other side. Lift that right leg, find your balance. Grip the ground with the left toes. Bring that right foot in. Don't put it on the ground, keep balance. Square the hips, and now come into Warrior 3. Doesn't matter, the slower sometimes you come into a balanced pose. I know it's more difficult on the muscles, but the better it is for balance and control. Square the hips, try and get that right heel in line with the right hip, and the right shoulder in line with the right hip. So you're like a big capital T for terrific. Breathe, control, balance. So you want your eyes open. You want your toes gripping the ground, a slight bend in that standing knee. And then let's return to standing. Try not to put that right leg down yet. Try not to put it down. Switch it out, let's go. Right leg. Just shifting. Good. Bring that left leg in. Don't put it on the ground. Find your balance. And let's go. Knee up. Can you extend that foot? So as straight as that foot can handle. Square the hips. Good. Come back to a bent knee. Don't put the leg down, just straighten it. Shift it out to the side, other side. Slow and controlled. Find that balance. Come into that knee. Can you straighten that leg? Really challenging here on that hip flexor, on that quad. Good. Come back to that bent knee. All right, put your feet down. And let's just rock side to side. Just kind of ease out of it. Beautiful job. All right, so we are going to do a variation of forward fold. The legs are going to be as straight as possible. And deep primal squat. So we're going to alternate between those two poses, all right? Now, between each time, we're going to come back to a standing pose. So legs hip width apart, or maybe a little bit wider. You might need to adjust as we move. And feel free to do that. Like, so maybe in primal squat, we want to have the feet turned out slightly, give us a little bit more room in the hip, you know? All right, so let's reach up, big inhale, prayer arms, exhale, straight legs, come into forward fold. So wherever your hands reach, it's okay, just let the head drop, it doesn't matter, legs straight. Good, let's come out of that, back flat, come up, big inhale, prayer arms, down into primal squat. So maybe adjust. Oh, where do you have to reach those hands? Excellent. All right, come back up into standing. Oh, use your hands if you need to. Big inhale. Now, let's try a little bit wider. Let's see. So you see how I took my heels out? And I'm going to turn my toes out. Forward fold, so legs straight. Wherever the hands come, it's fine. Let the head drop. Come out of forward fold, back flat. I know, it's a challenge, really working those hamstrings. Good, big inhale. Prayer arms, primal, come down. Is this better for you? It is better for me. A little bit more room in the hip. Okay, we're gonna try it even a little wider. So let's come straight out of primal. Good. Again, let's lift the heels, take them out a little wider, open out those toes a little bit more. Big inhale, prayer arms, forward fold. So legs are straight, back flat. Wherever the hands reach, it's okay. You just want the legs straight. Good, come straight out of it. Back flat, come back to standing. Work those hamstrings. A little bit of outer inner thigh. Good, big inhale. Prayer arms. Primal squat. Now we're bending. Good. Oh, we're gonna hang out here for a while. All right, stay here and rock it out. So that might mean lifting one heel at a time. Good, that might mean having your hands down in front of you to support the body as you switch from one side to the other, just kind of opening up those hips. Good. Excellent job. All right, find yourself in the center. Now, do you notice I'm adjusting my feet so that I'm in a pretty comfortable, neutral primal squat for me? Kind of like where I like my heels, where I like my toes turned out, giving me room. So I want you to adjust there for yourself. Good. All right, take your right hand behind. So left hand in front, right hand behind. And I want you to drop the left knee and let the right knee fall open. If you want to sit on the ground here, that's cool. If you want to keep your hips lifted off the ground, that is also cool, doesn't matter. All right, come back to center and let's switch it out. Drop the right knee, left knee falls back. All right, back to center, switching to the other side. So this is the second time dropping the right knee back. At your own pace, make sure one hand is in front, one hand is back. Sit on the ground if you need, add a little bit more, a bigger twist if you can. Good, let's go to the second time with the left knee falling back. My left hand is behind to help support the body. All right, one more time, but this time we're gonna hold it on that right side. So come back to center. Take the right hand behind, left hand in front, left knee falls forward, right knee falls back, and sit on the ground for me, please. Good. Now I want you to adjust those feet. Good. For me, I'm going to have to take that left leg out. I want a 90-degree bend in the knee, and I want a 90-degree bend in the knee. Alright, now I want your chest to be going over that right femur. Push forward. Good. Now you're gonna kind of walk down and then walk it back up. Good. Nice and tall. Walk it down. Walk it back up. Good. All right, this time I want you to kind of walk it forward a little bit and then take the chest further back. I want you to go into a bigger twist and then reach and come as low as you can in that bigger twist. So maybe you're facing kind of a little bit more to the right, and that might mean facing away from me. Good. All right. Walk those hands back up. So right hand stays behind the right leg, left hand comes to the front by the groin, and you're going to pull the feet in so that you can lift and rotate. Oh, I know, kind of awkward because where are those feet now? That's okay. Right knee forward, left knee back. Good. And now let's set up that 90-90. So that means you're gonna have to take that foot back, look at it, make sure you have a 90-degree bend, and you want to twist and turn over that left femur. Hands out in front, walk it out, down and up. Push that right hip forward. Nice. One more time, but this time I want you to turn even more to the left. As big as you can turn, and then walk it out. Come as low as you can. Good. And then walk it back up. Good job. All right, keep your legs here. All right, and maybe you need to support yourself in the back. Maybe one hand in the front, maybe not. It all depends on you. I find leaning back a little bit will give me the room. And I want you to just kind of rotate 90-90, getting mighty close to my desk, so I'm going to move back a little bit. So I just want you to rock those hips 90-90. And maybe those hands turn. Do you see how I'm just using those hands to support the body? Good. So you want to try and twist. Turn that shoulder girdle. Try to look behind you. Good. At your own pace. That's it. Nice job. This is one time to the left, one more time to the right, and then we're going to come to center. Beautiful. All right. Come to center. In butterfly. All right. So those feet are flat against each other, but I'd like you to hold the right foot with the right hand and the left foot with the left hand. So do you see how I have a little bit more room? Now flatten the back, lift the chest, and then flap those butterfly wings. Take a moment, see if you can bring the heels a little bit closer to the body. Flap those, yeah. It's okay, wherever you're at. Now nice long body, suck the belly in. Okay, now I want you to push the knees down and open, hold it there. Deep breaths, as low as you can. Pulling those knees open. Excellent job. All right, and now release it. Okay, let's see now. I want you to take your time. See if you can lift just the right foot. So you have to lean back slightly. Good, just the left foot. Good, couple more times. Right foot again, left foot again. At your own pace, kind of leaning back, seeing if you can lift that foot. Good. Now this time, I want you to lift the right foot and I'd like you to hold it off the ground. So left foot on the ground, left hand holding left foot, right foot up, flatten the back. Good. Find your balance here. Can you straighten that leg? Maybe out in front, maybe out to the side. Maybe somewhere in between. Good. Now flatten the back, push the chest forward. Excellent job. And return it. Good. This time lift the left. Find your space. Sit here for a moment, and then if you can, let's see if we can straighten that left leg. Maybe in front, maybe to the side. Maybe you can wobble it a little bit. See where you're able to reach and stretch. Good. And return it. Good. All right. Right. And maybe lifting it a little higher now. Try and see if you can get it in front of the chin. Left. Good. Right again. Lean back a little bit. Find your balance. That's it. All right. Now this time, I want you to see if you can lift both together. Just a little bit off the ground. Find your balance. So you lose it. Rock forward. Reset. Pull those feet. So I'd like the feet to try and stay in front. We're going to get to that. We're going to see if we can lift them a little bit higher. Find your balance. You lose your balance, you come right back in. Yeah? Now maybe, can you take them apart? Maybe, can you straighten them out? Maybe lift them a little higher? Maybe just open them out. Just balance here with the back flat. Play around with the feet. Where can you get them? Maybe one at a time. Yeah? Up to you. Balance. Yeah. And don't worry, if you rock back, that's great. That's really good for the spine, actually. So, if you get that in there, beautiful. All right. Okay, let's try and get into a boat pose. So now we're going to have to pull the knees in a little bit. See if you can switch it out. Yeah? Maybe I'm going to turn to the side. You're going to kind of like just support yourself by holding on behind your knees. Harder pose would be not to hold on, but up to you. Back flat. Now I want the feet apart, and I'd like the shins to be parallel to the ground. Chest up, back flat. Play around. Can you release the right? Can you release the left? Can you release both for a second? Beautiful job. Grab behind the knees if you released it, and feet to the ground. Beautiful. Just shake it out for me. Now same thing, but this time I don't want you holding the feet. I just kind of want you to pull the feet in as close as you can get, and I'd like you to come forward. Round the back. Drop the top of the head. If it feels better to flap your wings, go ahead. If it feels better to push those knees down and open, go ahead. Excellent job. Come back to seated. All right. We're going to take the left leg up off the ground. Scooch that right leg as much as we can in front of the body. And we're going to try and get that left leg on top. Now the aim here is to be seated. And we want to try and get that left knee on top of the right. If you've got a towel, sometimes lifting that knee can help you, give you a little bit more room. A block, a yoga block could also work here. All right? And so let's pull that leg. I think this is called cow. Not sure. Can't remember. Good, just want it nice and long. Good. Can you wiggle and pull those feet back a little bit more? Can you point those toes? And then give yourself a little like arch massage with your thumb. All right. Good. And let's release it. Open your legs nice and wide. Come as far forward as you can. Maybe you can rest on your elbows. Maybe not. Maybe you just have to rest on the palms of your hands. Up to you. But I'd like you to reach those elbows or those palms of your hands as far forward as you can. Keep your head up. Now take a look at your right foot. Flex it so the toes are pointing to the ceiling. Take a look at me. Reach forward just a tad more. Maybe. Take a look at your left foot. Make sure the toes are pointing straight to the ceiling so it's a nice flexed foot. Take a look back at me and then walk your hands back up so you're in a seated position. All right, bend the knees slightly. Good. This time, the left leg stays down. The right leg. That's easy, like begin easy. Yeah? Gonna have to shift that left leg a little bit more across. Gonna kind of wiggle into it. Again, if you've got something to give your knee a little bit of height, it can make it easier. But shift into the pose, wiggle into the pose. See where you're at. Good. Now, are both sitting bones on the ground? Sometimes also putting something under the other hip, so the hip bone that's lower, lifting it up can help you square the body. So placing something under the knee, but also placing something under the butt can help as well. Point those toes, lift the chest. Good job. All right, and let's release it. Let's open it up. So I'm leaning back, opening up my legs nice and wide. Flex the feet on the elbows or on the palms of the hands. And I want you to come a little bit lower. This time now, keep your head up for the beginning. We're going to drop that forehead. Deep breath in, release the pose a little bit. Exhale, come a little bit deeper into the pose. Inhale, release the pose a little bit, support with the hands. Exhale, come a little bit deeper into the pose. One more time. Inhale, release. Exhale, now this time I want you to drop the forehead to the ground. If that rounds the back, that's okay. Don't worry. And hold it here, deep breath. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, and as you exhale, try and flatten that back. Inhale. Exhale, flatten that back. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, flatten that back. Beautiful. Place your hands under your shoulders. Push yourself up to seated pose. Excellent. All right, pigeon. Right leg comes in. We're going to swing that left leg all the way back. And now square those hips again. Good, stay here. Deep breath. All right, now let's try and bring that chest down. Up to you. You can rock forward and back, or you can lay flat in the pose. Up to you. All right, we're gonna try and hold it here now. Good. Maybe place the forehead on the ground. Maybe reach the hands forward, or maybe you're on your elbows and the head is slightly up. Up to you. So what I want you to think about now is to push that left hip down into the ground. Yes, that's the leg that's in the back. Excellent job. And let's release it. Take those hands under the shoulders. Good. Now notice how I'm going to lean to the right. I'm going to bring that left leg all the way forward. And then I'm going to lean to the left, and I'm going to swing that leg all the way back. And then I'm going to use my toe to kind of push my leg into straight position. I am going to pull my left heel a little closer to the hip. It gives me a little bit more room in the hip. And then we're going to start here. Pigeon on the other side. Nice and easy now. If you can go straight down into lying down into pigeon, go right ahead. Up and down. Ease those hands. Maybe you're on your elbows. All right, and this time now I'd like you to try and get that forehead to the ground. Again, reach forward. If you're not quite here, that's okay. Deep breath. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Good. Deep breath in. And come back. All right, hands under the shoulders. Push yourself up. And I just want you to rock to the left. Swing your right leg all the way. Find yourself in an easy yogi pose. Nice and easy cross leg. All right. Left hand on the base of the quad of the right. So you're not on the knee, but you're on the quad. All right, now you're going to open up the chest and twist. That right hand is going to come. Heel of the hand is going to come as close to the butt as you can. And you're gonna straighten the right hand. So you're gonna really straighten the spine and twist. Hold it there. Deep breathe. And every time you exhale, try and twist a little more. Good. Release it. Come back to center. Left, right hand, left base of the quad. Ball of the left against the back. Push the chest forward, flatten the back, twist. Deep breath. Good job. And release it. Excellent. Come into a nice seated position. Take a moment. All right, we are nearly there. Let's just rock the baby, you know, one last bit. So grab that right foot. Now, maybe you can just have the right foot in your hand and you're gonna hold it. Maybe you can get that right foot on the forearm and you can hold it. Maybe you can get it in the crook of the elbow, up against the bicep, and you can hold it. Anything here. Now flatten the back, and yes, rock that baby. So imagine if you were a baby. Hold it with care. I want you to try and get that right leg as close to the chest as possible. Now let's hold it nice and still. Maybe the calf is touching the chest, maybe not. Sit tall, and now I want you to lift that baby's head. Should the head be the knee or the foot? I'm not sure. Let's lift the foot as high as you can, keeping it as close to the body. Excellent job. And release it. Switch it out. Maybe the left foot is in the palm. Maybe it's on the forearm. Maybe it's in the crook of the elbow. Maybe it's even higher than that, against the bicep. And rock that baby. Try and get that shin as close to the body as possible. Flatten that back. Hold it nice and still. Hi. Oh gosh, you feel that in that hamstring. Oh, hello. Deep breaths. And nice and easy. All right. Take those legs straight out in front. Grab anywhere below the knee, maybe the calf, the shin, the big toes, the feet, whatever you'd like. And let's nice forward fold. Oh, and release it. Again, 2 more times, nice forward fold. And release it. Maybe this time let's drop our head. Maybe there's a little round in the back, but that's okay, don't worry about that. And shake it out. Good. Just let those feet relax. Roll those toes. Say hello. Beautiful. Come back into a nice easy pose, or a half lotus, or a full lotus, whatever feels comfortable for you. And let's take a moment here. Make sure both sitting bones are on the ground. Adjust. Reach back and grab the flesh and pull it out so that that bone is on the ground, there's no flesh there, and sit nice and tall. Let's take a moment. Close your eyes. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more time. Release those shoulders. Big inhale. Exhale. Good. One more time. Big inhale. And on this exhale, open your eyes. Reach your hands up and over the head. Look at them as they touch. Bring your hands down to the heart of the mat, right against. Good. And open those palms up. Thank you so much for working out with me. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too crazy. Nice, kind of easy, chilled. And that you want to try this again. So, best of the season to you. Thank you so much. Have a great, great day.